Christopher Carosa is a graduate of PHI High School class of 1978. He is presently employed as president and managing member of Carosa Stanton Asset Management, LLC in Mendon, New York, which provides counsel to individual trustees and fiduciaries seeking a conservative-based equity investment discipline with long-term growth objectives for many years. He is also president and chairman of the board of the Goldfinch Fund Incorporated in Mendon, New York, which focuses on investing in companies located in Western New York. Mr. Carosa graduated from Yale University in 1982 with a Bachelor of Science in Physics and Astronomy. He also received an MBA in 1991 from the University of Rochester Science School of Business and Finance and Marketing. In 1994, he became a certified trust and financial analyst at the Institute of Certified Banking. While at Yale, he was the manager of Yale's Division I hockey team and became a campus DJ broadcasting hockey and football. Chris began working for an investment firm after college, where he pioneered the use of computers in the financial sector. He then started his own company with a unique goal-setting methodology called the Lifetime Dream Process, which his firm employs to help clients stay on track in both good and bad economic cycles. In 2007, Barron's Magazine featured the success of Goldfinch Fund, showcasing its earnings in several national top 10 rankings among all mutual funds in the multi-cap value category. Then in 2008, the Goldfinch Fund Greater Western New York Series finished number 10 in the nation among all multi-cap value funds, according to Wall Street Journal. Mr. Carosa also published his first book, Due Diligence, Individual Trustee Guide to Selecting and Monitoring a Professional Money Manager, and contributing author of Planning for the Affluent. Mr. Carosa has appeared in national publications and news agencies including Reuters, New York Times, CNN, BBC, Advisor Today, Fox Business Channel, and the Western New York Business and Investment Report. Locally, Mr. Carosa has served a term on the Mendon Town Board as a councilman, been a youth sports coach, and an adult leader for various Boy Scouting programs. Co-founded a local newspaper, and has authored his first play called The Macaroni Kid. Please welcome to class of 1978.
Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm not as boring as my introduction was. I just have a speech here. Oh, good news, guys. My speech just got cut in half. I shouldn't be here. I mean, really. I should be dead. But that's another story. The story I'd like to tell you is of my greatest high school disappointment. No. I'm not speaking of the time that pass flew within inches of my outstretched fingertips under the then newly installed lights one Friday night. I made up for that by racing down the sidelines with an interception later on. Nor am I talking about the time I proudly wore my jersey the day of the game. I was number 81 before T.O. My English teacher looked at me during a silent moment during class and said, 81? Carosa, what's that, your IQ? No, I wasn't disappointed about that. Nor was I disappointed about the time I complained about a particularly low grade I got on my report card, because, when I thought about it, I probably should have really failed. But no, this is my greatest high school disappointment. It occurred just moments before I crossed the stage to receive my diploma. You see, during my 4-year tenure within these Spartan walls, and back then they really were Spartan, I dreamed of being known as the science guy. I hated English and I hated reading, and I'm sure a lot of you share that. I hated reading so much, by the way, that in 10th grade we had an assignment. We had to read a novel and write a review on it. And everyone complained, so the teacher said, well, if you don't want to read one, write one. So I was the only one in my class who actually wrote a novel in 10th grade. So, you know, I even hated reading science fiction, which is weird for a science guy, because with me, science was either fact or it was nothing at all. But was I a science nerd? Probably not by your usual definition. Was I a science nut? I'll let you decide. On career day senior year, all the science and engineering wannabes wore lab coats. I came in wearing a complete Captain Kirk uniform. I even had the hand phaser. Boy, was it cool. And you know what? I get to wear it now. Everyone thinks I'm still cool. No, this is on graduation day. There I stood on a stage, not this stage, a much larger stage, on the cusp of striding across the platform, resplendent in cap and gown. Then someone asked me to pause before I walked across. And to my delight, they began reading a lengthier introduction, signaling that I would be honored with a special prize. As the accolades rose, my heart raced. I imagined my coveted honor, the Science Award. And then the superintendent paused and announced, Chris Carosa has been awarded the Math Award. Oh, the Math Award! I was the science guy. How could I get the Math Award? Science was my subject. Yeah, I liked math, but math was a mere tool. Science was real excitement. Math was just squeaky chalk scraped across a slate board. Science is rockets, volcanoes, and supernova. Math quietly calculates. Science explodes and spits fire. So I dejectedly accepted my math award and went off to college where, as they said, I majored in physics and astronomy. But you know, I did take enough courses to earn a math major too. But I made darn sure they didn't put that on my sheepskin. So there I was in life wearing this scarlet letter M. Till about 5 years later, I was driving down Route 65 in my brand new Chevy S10 truck. It was cool. Yeah, it was blue, my favorite color. I really liked that truck. The highway was pretty much deserted, except there was this little Ford Escort in front of me, and unbeknownst to me, the dreaded black ice. Well, I caught up to that little car, and I also caught up to the black ice, or more specifically, failed to grip the pavement because of the black ice. Now, you know trucks, I'm sure you guys know trucks don't have a lot of weight in the back, so they have a tendency to lose control very easily. And I could feel this vehicle head into a spin, and using the knowledge I learned in driver's ed and joyfully practiced on supermarket parking lots during the winter, I began to compensate for my fishtailing rear axle. My eyes quickly darted to the shoulders of the road. Why? Just in case. On the right was a flat lawn, great for natural banking. On the left, a 20-foot embankment, complete with a cove of trees. Wait! The car in front of me starts to slow down. Can't the driver see I'm fishtailing? They should be getting out of my way. And then my worst fears were realized. I was about to lose control. The most I could do is force the vehicle off one side of the road or the other and hope for the best. The answer was obvious, isn't it? You know, I should go to the right where the lawn was and stop there. Well, that's what I thought. Unfortunately, this minuscule Ford got in my way. So my choice was to either ram the little car in front of me or head over the embankment. You know, guys, it was a little bit more complicated than that. The choice was really either ram the Ford and possibly hurt the driver in the car there. It would be an accident that would be certainly my fault, or lunge over the embankment and hurt myself, maybe really bad. Well, my upbringing forced me to take full responsibility for my action, and that meant avoiding engaging the car ahead of me, and take my chances with the embankment. Now, how long did it take me to redo this? Probably about 35 or 40 seconds. All that occurred in milliseconds. And it really did happen that fast. But that pales in comparison to what I'm about to tell you. Remember, I was about to lose control, and I had only one move, one decision left that I could make. I was about to drop off a steep cliff and straight into several large trees. That's when all those years sitting in becalmed classrooms paid off. Now, I'm about to tell you exactly what went through my mind in those final moments. You probably won't understand it. Maybe a few of you will. But listen carefully, because someday you'll know what it means, and it may save your life. In that blink of an eye, this is what I thought. Linear momentum has greater potential energy than angular momentum. Let me translate this for you. It means if you're driving 60 miles an hour and you slam into a bridge abutment or a tree, you're going to get hurt a lot. As opposed to if you spin as you hit that bridge abutment. If you take karate, it's why they teach you to roll when you fall. Same idea. So, I pointed the truck into the trees and purposely induced this spin. Over the edge I flew, rotating like some mutant Motown gyroscope. I ducked underneath the dashboard just before impact when the truck smashed the trees. I could sense every side panel, every fender, every bumper, each taking their hits in turn. When the vehicle stopped, it was angled at 45 degrees up against a tree trunk. And fearing the imminence of science, namely the gas tank that I just filled about to explode, I kicked out the door with my 2 feet and ran up the embankment. At the top, the woman who was driving that slow-moving car walked up to me and asked if I needed any help. My first thought was, duh. But really, what I did was I just shouted, "I'm alive!" Which meant my calculations proved correct. And I gave her a hug. And that, my friends, is how math saved my life. No longer is math a scarlet letter, but it's a red badge of courage, because without it, I probably wouldn't be here today. So I want to thank Gates Chili for telling me something about myself that I never knew. Thank you and have a great day.